This is the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3, the newest flippable foldable phone by Samsung that folds like a clamshell into this cool tiny little package, and it's a big deal. It's an important announcement because this year Samsung is betting the farm on foldable phones, and especially on this one. It used to have the Samsung Galaxy Note series with the S Pen that used to generate a lot of money for the company. It's dropping them all together, replacing them with foldable phones, and basically telling us that foldable phones are the future. Hello guys, my name is Vic with PhoneArena, and we got to spend some time with the brand new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3, and these are our first impressions. So first of all, the Galaxy Z Flip 3 had a few issues to address from the very first generations. And the biggest one has got to be that price. The original Flip used to sell for around $1,500, which is a lot of money. That's nearly 50% more than your typical flagship. And flagships are already pretty expensive. So for many people who even wanted a foldable phone, they couldn't afford one just because of that higher price. With the Galaxy Z Flip 3, Samsung is finally slashing the price down to $999, $1,000, which is just in line with other flagships. So this is the most important thing about the Z Flip 3. It's a phone that everyone who's looking for a flagship can buy. It's not outrageously expensive. And the other thing about the Z Flip 3 is that it changes the design. See, I like the original Galaxy Z Flip. It has this cool design, it looks good, and most importantly, it's pretty durable, so you can flick it like this thousands of times and it won't break. This is it. After 1 year of use, it looks pretty much like new. The original Z Flip, however, had these kind of bold colors that weren't everyone's cup of tea. The Z Flip 3 goes to more muted, more neutral colors that in my mind appear great, but also appeal to a wider audience of people. And here are the official colors, and you have a few other color options that are available exclusively at Samsung.com. And the other big change, the big fix that Samsung made with the Z Flip 3 has got to be that cover screen. This here Z Flip 3 comes with a much larger cover display where you can actually see your full notification easily without struggling, and it's a huge relief. By default, you get to see the time, your battery percentage, the date, and you can swipe for music controls to quickly control your music, or you can swipe right to see your notifications. So it's really useful, and best of all, you can also use it as a cover display for your selfies. So yes, you can just flip open the screen and use the main cameras to take a selfie and take a look at that cover screen to position it right, and you get very good looking selfies with this, so this is definitely a plus. This will also come in handy for videos. You can put the phone on the ground somewhere and record yourself and see what your composition looks like right on the cover display. So that's a big change and probably the biggest new feature of the Galaxy Z Flip 3. Other smaller details that have changed are, first, the bezel around the screen is now tinier, so the phone is just a hair less wide, which in my opinion makes for a big difference in just the way you're holding it and flipping it out. You need that slightly narrower form factor, but it's not a huge change. Overall, the dimensions and the size are almost the same. The phone is just a little bit less thick also, but the weight and the overall styling are very, very similar to the original. In terms of the main screen, you have a 6.7-inch display that is taller and narrower than usual on other phones. The aspect ratio here is great for watching cinematic content like full-blown movies on Netflix, but if you're watching YouTube, you will get bigger black bars around the side. That's something you learn to deal with. Samsung also makes a big fuss about the Galaxy Z Flip 3 being water resistant, and I think that this is indeed important because a foldable phone is particularly vulnerable to the elements, and having one more layer of security is great. This phone, Samsung says, is the toughest that it has ever built, the toughest foldable phone. It features Gorilla Glass Victus, so extra tough glass, and is better protected overall. And yes, Samsung hasn't changed the laws of physics, so you still get a pretty noticeable crease right in the middle. I personally don't mind it and stopped noticing it after a quick while with the phone, but for some people it will still be quite annoying. And in terms of hardware, this is a top-notch phone, just as you would expect from any $1,000 device. It features the fastest processor on the Android ecosystem, the Snapdragon 888. One thing that has changed is that the original Flip used to come with 256 gigs of storage. Now the base model here, the Z Flip 3, comes with 128 gigabytes of storage, so half the storage, but for most people that will still be enough. And that's what this phone is not, however, is a photo-centric device. And you can see here it has two cameras and not more. So this means that you get a main camera and an ultra-wide sensor, but what's missing is a telephoto zoom lens. On the other hand though, you have the convenience that other phones don't give you. You can shoot without a tripod, just set the phone somewhere, point it at yourself, start shooting. That's super cool. And finally, as for the battery, this phone comes with the same size battery as last year's model. You have 3300 mAh battery capacity, which doesn't sound like a lot, and it isn't. Even the small Galaxy S21 has a 4000 mAh battery. Most Android phones have much larger batteries, but since this is a foldable phone, it should be a little bit more economic with the battery usage, and it would probably still last you a full day of use, but not much more. Also, I have to say a word about the new cases that Samsung provides with the Z Flip 3. They look really cool and I really like them. I think you probably would enjoy one too. And that's it. That's the Galaxy Z Flip 3. Finally, a phone, a foldable phone that is useful and that doesn't cost a fortune. At $1,000, this is really appealing to me. It's different, it's more compact, it's fun. You can still flick it around like in the good old times. And it's just a phone that I want to try, I want to use more. I'm curious about this one. Is it the future? I don't know, it's still too early to tell, but it's definitely a device that is now way more approachable by everyone at that $1,000 price tag. So I would be looking forward to my full review of the Galaxy Z Flip 3. Let me know, what do you think about this phone? Are you willing to buy one? Or what do you think about foldable phones in general? Are they the future or not? Let me know in the comments. My name is Vic. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.